Okay. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for the kind of late start this evening. Welcome to Classic Country A to Z for another week. Still having internet challenges here. This is more now cabling issues in our house and connection signals and that. And we had the cable company out this week. Thought we had it fixed. It would appear not. So anyway, I think we've got it resolved for the evening here now. So sorry for the late start, but tonight is a tale of two Rickies. So we'll start by finishing up Ricky Skaggs, and then we'll get started. Or actually, we'll cover all of the Ricky Van Shelton songs that I have in my collection, and of course an original in the middle and a gospel at the end. So we'll dive right in, particularly since we're starting late. Good evening, Rose. Thanks for joining. All right, so 1983. By 1983, Ricky Skaggs was on quite a roll, and as our first Ricky Skaggs song for tonight was his fifth #1 hit, and the song represented 5 consecutive #1 hits in a row. The songwriter for this song said, "A lot of people who hear this song think it's about Interstate 40 that runs through Nashville, but actually he wrote it about a little state highway in Kentucky, State Highway 40. And this song is called the Highway 40 Blues." Oh, I need to silence my phone so it doesn't interrupt us here. Okay. Highway 40 Blues. Well, these Highway 40 blues, I've walked holes in both my shoes. Counted the days since I've been gone. I'd love to see the lights of home. Wasted time and money too. Squandered youth and searched truth. But in the end I had to lose. Lord above, I paid my dues. Got the Highway 40 blues. The highway called when I was young, told me lies of things to come. Fame and fortune lies ahead. Well, that's what the billboard lights had said. Shattered dreams, my mind is numb. My money's gone, stick out my thumb. My eyes are filled with bitter tears. Lord, I ain't been home in years. Got the Highway 40 blues. I know I've rambled all around like a rolling stone from town to town. Met pretty girls, I'd have to say, but none of them could make me stay. Well, I played the music halls and bars, had fancy clothes and big fine cars, things a country boy can't use. Dixieland, I sure miss you. Got the Highway 40 blues. There's just the things a country boy can't use. Dixieland, I sure miss you. Got the Highway 40 blues. It's not at all the way that song was supposed to end. Kind of a collective train wreck at the end there. Sorry about that. Deep breath, calm down from the cable fiasco, and we'll just relax and have a good time here tonight. All right, Mary Pat, thanks for tuning in. Carrie also, thanks for tuning in. I don't think I mentioned in my initial introduction to Ricky Skaggs last week that Ricky did not write or even co-write any of his hits, and this next song is no exception. This song was Ricky's next #1 hit, his 6th consecutive in a row, and also from 1983, and this one's called "Don't Cheat in Our Hometown. Tonight my heart is beating low and my head is bowed. Well, you've been seen with my best friend on the other side of town. Well, I don't mind this waiting, I don't mind this running round. But if you're gonna cheat on me, don't cheat in our hometown. Well, how can I stand up to my friends and look them in the eye? Admit the question that I know would be nothing but lies. Well, you spend all your pastime making me a clown. But if you're gonna cheat on me, don't cheat in our hometown. Well, now there are no secrets in this little country town. Everyone knows everyone for miles and miles around. And your bright eyes and your sweet smile are driving me insane. You think it's smart to break my heart and tear down my name. Well, how can I stand up to my friends and look them in the eye? Admit the question that I know would be nothing but lies. Well, you spend all your pastime making me a clown. But if you're gonna cheat on me, don't cheat in our hometown. Yeah, if you're gonna cheat on me, don't cheat in our hometown. All right. I also, for whatever reason, I think because we were driving in and out of the valley maybe, I have a plugged ear tonight, so everything sounds a little odd to me. If it's off, nothing I can do. I should have taken some decongestant earlier. That would have been smart, but didn't. So anyway, hopefully it still sounds okay. So for evidence of how hot Ricky Skaggs was in the early 80s, this next song was Ricky's next release from early 1984, and it went straight to number one on the charts for him. And the song was actually written by Mel Tillis back in the early 60s, and in fact, Webb Pierce first released this song when Webb was riding high in the charts in the early 60s. But the song never went anywhere in the charts for him, despite his popularity, general popularity. So now, same song, 20 years later, different artist, and right to number one. It's just kind of further proof that having a hit requires more than just a great song from a great artist. But that market timing is huge. It just, for whatever reason, it's got to be the right song at the right time. It doesn't almost matter who sings it. This song is called Honey, Won't You Open That Door? Honey, honey, well, honey, won't you open that door? This is your sweet daddy, don't you love me no more? It's cold outside, let me sleep on the floor. Honey, won't you open that door? I honky-tonked around Dallas, I got in a poker game. Well, somebody must have been cheating. I lost everything but my name. Well, I walked halfway to Memphis. I finally got back home. But I'd been better off where I was, 'cause here's where things went wrong. Well, honey, honey, well, honey, won't you open that door? This is your sweet daddy, don't you love me no more? It's cold outside, let me sleep on the floor. Honey, won't you open that door? I went right down to see old Bob. I thought he was my friend. The landlord said that Bob's not here. The police done hauled him in. So I went right back to little honey's house. I got me a rocking chair. Said, honey, if you don't open that door, I'm gonna rock on away from here. Well, honey, honey, well, honey, won't you open that door? This is your sweet daddy, don't you love me no more? It's cold outside, let me sleep on the floor. Honey, won't you open that door? You know it's cold outside, let me sleep on the floor. Honey, won't you open that door? All right. Next up, another number one hit for Ricky. This one, 1986. A little more up-tempo. It's called Cajun Moon. The moon is full and my heart is high. I love to dance, oh me, oh my. Gonna have more fun than a tree and a coon. Tonight's the dance of the Cajun moon. Pickups and wagons round the river road shack. Bonfires draw in a crowd out back. Step through the door and see my Cherie. That's when I see her mama's eyes on me. Cajun moon, rockin'. Let's do that again. Cajun moon, nugget of gold, river of light on the bayou. You're just like rain to a love in bloom, so shine on me, oh Cajun moon. Guitar, a squeeze box, a fiddle, a bow. Little band a playing every song they know. Old woman sitting there and yelling for more. My heart is willing, but my feet are so sore. Cajun moon, nugget of gold, river of light on the bayou. You're just like rain to a love in bloom, so shine on me, oh Cajun moon. Once more we're waltzing to Jolie Blonde. I lean in closer and Cherie responds. Her mama's smiling as we slip from the room to sit and stare at the Cajun moon. Cajun moon, nugget of gold, river of light on the bayou. You're just like rain to a love in bloom, so shine on me, oh Cajun moon. Cajun moon, nugget of gold, river of light on the bayou. You're just like rain to a love in bloom, so shine on me, oh Cajun moon. You're just like rain to a love in bloom, so shine on me, oh Cajun moon. Cajun moon. Little finger acrobatics there. That song moves around, jumps a lot of chords, but it's a fun song. So anyway, who else do we already? I think I already acknowledged Carrie, and then Jennifer's there, and Lori's there. Good evening, everybody. All right. So next up, Ricky's last #1 hit. This one from 1989. And this one is called Loving Only Me. Well, they say you're as cold as ice, but I don't believe 'em. Up goes my temperature when I'm next to you. Well, they say you won't look twice. Well, I don't believe 'em. I think I feel something cooking, baby, how about you? Oh, someday you'll see it's gonna be no one for you, only me sometime. Sweet destiny will open up your heart, and that's when I'm gonna be around. Just you wait and see. No more lonely you when you're loving only me. Well, just give me your heart, I'll never break it. I could never hurt someone as wonderful as you. I'm offering you my love, you don't have to take it. Cause I know, but I wouldn't pass me by, cause I know what's good for you. Oh, someday you'll see it's gonna be no one for you, only me sometime. Sweet destiny will open up your heart, and that's when I'm gonna be around. Just you wait and see. No more lonely you when you're loving only me. Yeah, someday you'll see it's gonna be no one for you, only me sometime. Sweet destiny will open up your heart, and that's when I'm gonna be around. Just you wait and see. No more lonely you when you're loving only me. No more lonely you when you're loving only me. Sometimes the lyrics just trip you up. All right. Julie, thanks for tuning in. Yes, everything's working well now. Mary Beth, thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a long day there in Iowa. Sincerely appreciate all the work you're doing down there to try and help your neighbors, and pretty rough tornado situation there. So lots of work there, I'm sure. All right, so next, right after that last song, Ricky released this next song, and it became his last top 5 hit when this reached #5 on the charts. And this will be our last Ricky Skaggs song for tonight. The song is called Let It Be You. And I will try not to screw up the words this time. If I could find a love to treasure with this heart and with these hands, I could build a strong foundation on a world of shifting sands. If I could show just what I'm made of, you'd be surprised what I can do. But I need someone to help me. Let it be you, 'cause I aim to find somebody who really understands the things that make a difference between a woman and a man. Yeah, but all my best intentions will never see me through if I don't find what I'm missing. Let it be you, let it be you. Wakes me in the morning, let it be you. Who lays down with me each night, side by side. We can dream together, let it come true. Let it be you. Well, there are lessons in this life I can't learn all by myself. There's beauty I can only see through the eyes of someone else. There's a place I've always heard of, only love can take me to. But I need someone beside me. Let it be you, let it be you. Who takes me in the morning, let it be you. Who lays down with me each night, side by side. Well, we can dream together, let it come true. Let it be you, just let it come true. Let it be you. All right. Now we move on to Ricky Van Shelton's collection of hits. Ricky Van Shelton's recording career ran from like 1986 to 2006, 20 years. And over that time, he had 10 number one hits, 7 more top 10 hits, and he released 9 studio albums. The first 4 of which were all platinum albums. Ricky Van Shelton was what some refer to as one of those sort of flash-in-the-pan artists who exploded on the scene and then faded. As over that whole 20-year recording career, all of his hits occurred in the first 6 years, between 1986 and 1992. Also, like Ricky Skaggs, Ricky Van Shelton did not write or co-write any of his hits, and in fact, several of his hits were covers of previous artists' hits, so he kind of got a reputation of being a bit of a cover king as well. You know, nothing I'd know anything about. But this first song of Ricky's was his first top 10 hit, when the song reached number 7 in 1987, and this is one of those country story songs, and it's called Crime of Passion. She had a ragtop Eldorado, tuck and roll pleat. She picked me up in Colorado and put me right in the driver's seat. I said, I got no money, you know I got no job. She said, I tell you what, honey, let's find a place to rob. Now the man at the station's name was Jim. I saw it sewed on his shirt. I told him, do what I say, you'll live another day. Nobody's gotta get hurt. It was a crime of passion. She took me by the heart when she took me by the hand. A crime of passion. A beautiful woman and a desperate man. Well, I thought the thing was over. She was counting the cash when an unmarked Chevy Nova made the blue lights flash. She said, "Officer, won't you help me please?" While I looked at her, and she was pointing at me. You see, Jim at the station played his part. He talked a little perjury. He went to great pains to leave out her name. He was her future ex-husband. Can't you see? It was a crime of passion. She took him by the heart, then she took him by the hand. A crime of passion. A beautiful woman and a desperate man. Now the cop at the station's name was Joe. I saw it on a badge on his shirt. He said, "You'll never get away. Just do what we say. Nobody's gotta get hurt." It was a crime of passion. She took him by the heart, then she took him by the hand. A crime of passion. A beautiful woman and a desperate man. A crime of passion. She took me by the heart when she took me by the hand. A crime of passion. A beautiful woman and a desperate man. A beautiful woman and a desperate man. Okay, now we've reached the portion of the show where I do one of our original songs that my friend Charlie and I wrote. And because Charlie has some experience writing murder mystery short stories, I had challenged him to write a murder mystery song, which is not uncommon at all in country music. And so this song is called "Who Killed T-Bone McCrae?" Well, no one knows to this day who killed T-Bone McCrae. No clues were left at the scene. His body was found lying dead on the ground in Old Man Miller's ravine. From his head to his toes he was riddled with holes, shot by the missing gun. When his final breath fell and he was headed to hell, well, that's when the killer had run. Well, folks cried and they prayed, but no one could say who killed T-Bone McCrae. 50 years to the day, still no one can say who killed T-Bone McCrae. Well, no one was shocked that a gun had been cocked in T-Bone's pretty face. He was 6'2", with eyes so blue and blessed with a charming grace. But his reputation was one of temptation. He'd steal your girl away. And more than one man had vowed, deadly and loud, that someday T-Bone would pay. The folks cried and they prayed, but no one could say who killed T-Bone McCrae. 50 years to the day, still no one can say who killed T-Bone McCrae. The Bible, it says that when a man sins, only the Lord shall avenge. But when it's your girl he's stolen from you, the only thing left is revenge. The gun never found is buried underground by Old Man Miller's oak tree. Well, how do I know? 'Cause I'm the last one who saw T-Bone fall to his knees. So there's no need to pray, 'cause now I can say who killed T-Bone McCrae. 50 years to the day, and I'm here to say I killed T-Bone McCrae. we go. Murder mystery song. All right, now back to Ricky Van Shelton. Our next song was actually co-written in 1985 by Conway Twitty's nephew. And Conway first recorded this song on his 1985 album, but never released it as a single. Ricky actually recorded this song the very next year during his first ever recording studio session, which was actually before the song I sang before our song. Ricky's producer had heard Conway's version of the song and sort of kind of squirreled it away as he waited for someone to come along that he felt was right for the song. And with Ricky Van Shelton, he finally had that person. And so Ricky's first number one song is called Somebody Lied. Hello, yeah, this is me. Lord, it's been a long, long time. I know this ain't no social call, so go ahead, get it off your mind. You heard what? Well, that ain't true. I was here most all last night. I got over you the day you left. Could it be somebody lied? They said what? That I was crying. I haven't shed a tear in years. That I spoke your name. Well, that's insane. I hardly notice you're not here. That I showed your picture to some stranger. Don't you think I've got no pride? They've been here at home, face down on the shelf. Lord, I bet somebody lied. But if they were true, what would it matter to you? Would it change the way you feel? If the rumors were right, would you be here tonight to help this old heart heal? Well, don't worry, it wasn't me, just someone whose world was torn in two. Someone who looks a lot like me and loves someone like you. So forget the tears, I never cried. Lord, I bet somebody lied. Okay, now, next up, it's a song written by the great country songwriter Harlan Howard. He's the guy that coined that phrase, great country songs are just three chords and the truth. Harlan wrote this back in 1965, and it was first recorded by Little Jimmy Dickens, and then by Mel Tillis 2 years later in 1967. And about that same time, kind of mid to late 60s, the song was also covered by Charlie Pride, George Jones, Ernest Tubb, Willie Nelson, and Conway Twitty. But then the song, which never really went anywhere for any of them, and then the song sat dormant for roughly 20 years until Ricky Van Shelton resurrected it, recorded it, and released it as a single in 1987. And for Ricky, the song went all the way to number one, becoming his second number one hit. Again, every song has its time, and sometimes when they're written and released, it's not their time. This song is called Life Turned Her That Way. If she seems cold and bitter, excuse me, speaking of bitter, it kind of spoils the whole mood of the song, but what can you do? If she seems cold and bitter, then I beg of you, just stop and consider all she's been through. Don't be quick to condemn her for things she might say. Just remember, life turned her that way. She's been walked on and stepped on so many times, and I hate to admit it, but the last footprint's mine. She was crying when I met her. She cries harder today, so don't blame her. Life turned her that way. Yeah, she's been walked on and stepped on so many times, and I hate to admit it, but the last footprint's mine. She was crying when I met her. She cries harder today, so don't blame her. Life turned her that way. No, don't blame her. Life turned her that way. All right. Now, next Ricky Van Shelton hit was his fourth consecutive number one hit, this one from 1988. So I mentioned the last song was his second number one hit, which means I skipped his third number one hit. But I did that because Ricky's third number one hit was a Roger Miller song that Roger also released and had a hit with, so I will cover that when I do the Roger Miller section here in a few weeks. Anyway, this next song was written by Wayne Kemp. No, this song was written by the third song was written by Roger Miller. This song was written by Wayne Kemp and Mac Vickery, and Wayne Kemp released it twice on two different record labels, once in 1974 and once in 1980, but neither did anything for him on the charts. Ricky covered it in 1988 as the lead-off single to his second album entitled Loving Proof, and this song is called I'll Leave This World Loving You. Walk away, leave with my blessing. Once in a while, let me hear from you. If we never meet again before my life is over, I'll leave this world loving you. Well, you can take everything but my memories, for they're good ones and they'll see me through. If we never meet again, I'll love you forever. I'll leave this world loving you. Well, you were mine for a time, and I'm thankful. Oh, but life would be so lonesome without you. If we never meet again this side of heaven, I'll leave this world loving you. Yeah, if we never meet again this side of heaven, I'll leave this world loving you. Loving you. Okay. Diane, thanks for tuning in. And, okay, next up. This is a song first written and recorded way back in 1957 by Ned Miller. When it kind of went nowhere, but then he convinced his label to release it 5 years later, re-release it 5 years later, and it went to number 2 in the charts for him. And it was a major crossover hit as well at the time. The song was covered by many artists over the ensuing years, including Jim Reeves, 1962, but it never had much success again until Ricky Van Shelton covered it and released it in 1988. So here's a song that took over 30 years to really become a big hit. This became Ricky's 5th consecutive number 1 hit, and this classic song is called From a Jack to a King. From a jack to a king, from loneliness to a wedding ring, I played an ace and I won a queen, and walked away with your heart. From a jack to a king, with no regret I stacked the cards last night, and Lady Luck played her hand just right to make me king of your heart. For just a little while I thought that I might lose the game. Then just in time I saw the twinkle in your eye. From a jack to a king, from loneliness to a wedding ring, I played an ace and I won a queen. You made me king of your heart. Yeah, for just a little while I thought that I might lose the game. Then just in time I saw the twinkle in your eye. From a jack to a king, from loneliness to a wedding ring, I played an ace and I won a queen. You made me king of your heart. All right, that's probably more familiar to more people, I'm guessing, given its long history. Next up, Boudleaux and Felice Bryant, husband and wife couple, wrote several big hits for the Everly Brothers, as well as hits for several other artists over the years. And they also wrote this next song back in the 1950s. And little Jimmy Dickens first released it in 1958. When Ricky Van Shelton released the song in 1989, the song became a number 4 hit for him. And this is called I Got a Hole in My Pocket. I got a hole in my pocket and I can't go to the fair. I got a hole in my pocket and I can't go to the fair. I'm blue 'cause I can't meet my baby there. Well, I don't show up, what'll my baby do? Well, I don't show up, what'll my baby do? She'll travel through the tunnel of love with someone new. Well, what'll I do? My money's all gone, my baby, it's through. I got a hole in my pocket and I don't know what to do. I got a hole in my pocket and my money just runs on through. I got a hole in my pocket and the money just runs on through. Can't seem to save a dollar and my baby darling wants some too. Well, I told my baby have a little fun tonight. Yeah, I told my baby have a little fun tonight. But it won't be so funny when there ain't no money inside. Well, what'll I do? My money's all gone, baby, it's true. I got a hole in my pocket and I don't know what to do. Yeah, I got a hole in my pocket and I don't know what to do. So that song, the melody of that song is probably common to many songs, and because so, there's a lot of different ways that can go, and for whatever reason, I could not nail Ricky's version of that, no matter how many times I listened to it and practiced it. It's kind of all over the place. All right, next up, Ricky's 7th number 1 hit. This one from 1990, and it's called I've Cried My Last Tear for You. When you left me lonely here, I thought that I would drown in tears. As one was wiped away, another one would take its place. But drop by drop as time went by, I slowly ran that river dry, till I finally realized today that I've cried my last tear for you, wasted my last year on you. There's no trace of the heartache I knew. It's been rain and pain since you walked out, but baby, that's all over now, 'cause I've cried my last tear for you. Well, I used to lay soaking wet. And all those lonely nights, I thought there was no end in sight. I cried my heart out over you, and then I cried the hurt out too. It took a while, but now I'll be alright. Well, I've cried my last tear for you, and wasted my last year on you. There's no trace of the heartache I knew. It's been rain and pain since you walked out, but baby, that's all over now, 'cause I've cried my last tear for you. Yeah, baby, I've cried my last tear for you. Okay, we got to keep moving. Now, I had a late start, so we're going to run a little over, but recording time is only 51 minutes so far, so. All right, next up, number 2 hit for Ricky. This one also from 1990, and this is kind of the One Who Got Away waltz song. It's called I Meant Every Word He Said. I heard him say, I love you. I heard him say, forever. And without you, he'd rather be dead. I felt my hand shaking. I felt my heart breaking, 'cause I meant every word he said. I saw him whisper something, then I saw you look so happy. It's a look I won't ever forget. 'Cause whatever he told you meant I'd never hold you, and I meant every word he said. His heart stole those words from my head. Now it's too late to tell you what he's already said. I heard him say, I love you. I heard him say, forever. Then he said, with his ring I thee wed. And when he said I do, I choked back, I do too, and I meant every word he said. Yeah, his heart stole those words from my head. And now it's too late to tell you what he's already said. I heard him say, I love you. I heard him say, forever. Then he said, with this ring I thee wed. And when he said I do, I choked back, I do too. And I meant every word he said. Yes, I meant every word he said. Now, Ricky's ninth number 1 hit came from 1991. There aren't a lot of country songs that try to capture a couple's argument, but this is one of those songs. In the song, there is a line about having, quote, 3 squares in my frying pan. And the expression 3 squares refers to 3 nutritionally complete meals in one day. At least that's what I learned, because I wasn't too sure what it meant. Anyway, this song is called I Am a Simple Man. I don't know why you wanna start with me. I ain't done nothing far as I can see, and I'm worn out from working too hard. Why don't you give me a break? I know that lately things ain't been so good. I'll make it up just like I told you I would, but I'm tired and I wanna sit down till my back don't ache. You say you're having trouble figuring me. I don't believe I'm such a mystery. Well, baby, what you get is what you see. I am a simple man. I want a job and a piece of land, 3 squares in my frying pan. Don't seem so hard for me to understand. I am a simple man. You say we got some things to talk about, a lot of problems that we need to work out, but we just end up fighting. Why don't we give it a rest? I don't know what else I can say to you. I'm doing everything I know to do, and you can't give you anything more when I'm giving my best. You say you're having trouble figuring me. I don't believe I'm such a mystery. Well, baby, what you get is what you see. I am a simple man. I want a job and a piece of land, 3 squares in my frying pan. Don't seem so hard to me to understand. I am a simple man. I want a place I can lay my head, a soft woman and a warm bed, a little time off before I'm dead. I'm just a simple man. You say you're having trouble figuring me. I don't believe I'm such a mystery. Well, baby, what you get is what you see. I am a simple man. I want a job and a piece of land, 3 squares in my frying pan. Don't seem so hard for me to understand. I am a simple man. Don't seem so hard for me to understand. I am a simple man. All right. Now, Ricky's 10th and last #1 hit came in 1991 with this next story song. Most people learn to drive a car with one of their, typically the least volatile parents sitting in the passenger seat beside them. And this song is all about that experience. At least it starts with that experience. For our kids, I was the principal driving instructor. You can ask them. But nevertheless. All right, this is called Keep It Between the Lines. Well, he was sitting beside me in the passenger seat as I looked through the windshield at the quiet little street. He was smiling so proud as he gave me the key, but inside I knew he was as nervous as me. And I said, Daddy, oh Daddy, are you sure I know how? Are you sure that I'm ready to to drive this car now. He said, I'm right here beside you, and you're gonna do fine. All you gotta do is keep it between the lines. 'Cause it's a long, narrow road, and only the good Lord knows where it leads in the end. But you've got to begin, so keep your hands on the wheel. Believe in the things that are real. Just take your time and keep it between the lines. Well, I was sitting in my chair, kind of sneaking a look at him lying on the floor with his coloring book. Then he caught me watching, and he climbed on my knee. Said, Daddy, oh Daddy, would you do one with me? Then I hugged him so tightly as we turned the page. Said, I haven't done this since I was your age. He said, I'm right here beside you, and you're gonna do fine. Daddy, all you gotta do is keep it between the lines. So we finished the picture, and I put him to bed. Got down on my knees, and I bowed my head. And I said, Father, oh Father, I feel so alone. Are you sure I can raise him with his mama gone? Then the answer came back, so gentle and low, in the words of my daddy from so long ago. Said, I'm right here beside you, and you're gonna do fine. All you gotta do is keep it between the lines. So keep your hands on the wheel. Believe in the things that are real. Take your time and keep it between the lines. Just take your time and keep it between the lines. Another story song for the night. Okay, one more Ricky Van Shelton song, and then we'll do our gospel song. Our last Ricky Van Shelton song was actually a B-side song to his single release of I Am a Simple Man. But unlike most B-side songs, this one actually was a hit as well, and it rose to number 2 for him on the charts, 1992. This is kind of up-tempo, fun song. I think many of us could probably relate to, maybe in our youth, but could be any time. This is called Backroads. I got the radio blasting, I got the windows rolled down, and I'm a cruising these back roads on the outskirts of town. I can feel the wind blowing, hear the big engine whine. When I'm cruising these back roads, all my troubles are behind. Well, when I woke up this morning, well, I took me a look outside, and it was plain to see it was one of those days tailor-made for taking a ride. So I went downstairs and cleared my head with coffee and a cigarette. And when it hit me right there, then my mind was set. Well, I phoned work and told them they're gonna be a man short today. I got the sunny day blues, and there's only one thing that's gonna make them go away. So I went out and I climbed into my big old Chevrolet, and with a turn of the key and a cloud of dust, I was on my way. I got the radio blasting, I got the windows rolled down, and I'm a-cruising these back roads on the outskirts of town. I can feel the wind a-blowing, hear the big engine whine. When I'm cruising these back roads, all my troubles are behind. Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't go and lose my job today. But you can take my cares and take my worries and blow them all away. For there comes a time in anyone's life when they've got to break free. I got 4 good wheels and an endless road stretched out in front of me. I got the radio blasting, I got the windows rolled down, and I'm cruising these back roads on the outskirts of town. And I can feel the wind a-blowing, hear the big engine whine. When I'm cruising these back roads, all my troubles are behind. I got the radio blasting, I got the windows rolled down, and I'm cruising these back roads on the outskirts of town. And I can feel the wind a-blowing, hear the big engine whine. When I'm cruising these back roads, all my troubles are behind. Yeah, when I'm cruising these back roads, all my troubles are behind. Okay. Now, we'll go from our last up-tempo Ricky Van Shelton song to our up-tempo gospel song tonight. Everybody knows this one. Well, most everybody knows this one. Written way back in 1929 by Albert Brumley. And it's called I'll Fly Away. Some bright morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these prison walls, I'll fly. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Oh, how glad and happy when we meet, I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles on my feet, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. For just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joys will never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Yeah, when I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I don't know. That seems like just a perfect up-tempo funeral song to me. I don't know. Okay, on to our benediction. May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. All right. Well, despite the bumpy start, with all the technology challenges, we made it through. With a batch of up-tempo songs and some slow songs and decent mix tonight. So thank you for tuning in. I don't even know who we go on to next week. This wrapped up Ricky Van Shelton. I don't know if there's more RIs, and there was a bunch of ROs, Roy Clark and Roger Miller and Roy Rogers, and so there's a few of those. Ronnie Millsap, Roddy McDowell, so there's a few RO singers, but I don't know if there's more RIs or not. Anyway, I'll send a note out midweek, let everybody know. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great evening. Have a great week. Stay safe, and we'll see you here next Sunday. Good night, everybody. Thanks.